everyone, it's Sophie here from Bonbons Baby and Toddler Wear. Welcome to my vlog. So today I'm going to do a video on this instead of writing one. So something a little bit different for me, but we'll see how it goes. So I got asked to give some advice on what to expect after birth. So that's what today's topic will all be about. So number one, I cried a hell of a lot after birth. I'm a very emotional person as it is, but you will cry a lot. I have googled this and it's like the baby blues. It lasted around 2 weeks. Completely natural from what I've read. Not even because you're sad. It's so overwhelming being a new mum. I mean, you might just cry at your baby, giving like a windy smile, or just cry at anything. It's natural. Tip number 2, don't ask me why I didn't know this. I pretty much googled everything before I gave birth. I didn't know babies had to feed between every 2 to 3 hours in the night. I don't know what I thought, but yeah. You'll be tired. When people say, oh, when you're pregnant, you think you're tired now, wait until you've had a baby. I used to hate it when people said this to me. I'm like, I'm growing a full human. My body is growing a human. How is that not tiring? But yeah, it's worse. Number 3, I don't know if this happens to everybody. Again, it's a natural side effect, but you might lose your hair, normally around the sides. So like mine it's growing now. So I'm 11 months postpartum, but can you see all that? It's like baby hair. Just after having my little girl, it will spiky here and everything, so it is growing. You can do things like getting a silk pillowcase, that helps with that. Good treatments on your hair, so just be mindful of that. Also guys, I'm so sorry, this is coming across as like, oh my god, this is all like scary things. It's not, trust me, I will do it all again in a heartbeat. I just feel like I didn't know these things. People don't really tell you these things, so I think it's important that you're just aware of what could happen. It might not happen, the things that I'm saying, but it might do. Number 4, try and keep spares wherever you go, mainly like in your car. Then just things like having some in their bedroom, in your bedroom, downstairs, just anything that'll make it easier for you. By spares, I mean things like nappies, baby grow vest, nappy cream, things like that. Tip number 5, so you might feel like you're having contractions after birth. This happened to me mainly when I was breastfeeding. But it's natural again, it's just your uterus getting smaller, shrinking smaller. I wasn't aware I'd be feeling contractions, so afterwards I was thinking, oh god, what are they? So tip number 6, leading on from what I've just said about breastfeeding. Basically, fed is best. I only breastfed for around a week. It just wasn't working out for the both of us, and once we made that decision, we was both a lot happier. Daisy was a lot more settled. I didn't feel as much pressure, and but I really beat myself up about it, like a lot. I'd cry about it all the time. Like when health professionals was asking me, was I breastfeeding or was I bottle feeding, I'd just cry and break down. And now I wish I could just go back and tell myself, fed is best. As long as they're getting milk, that is all they're bothered about, basically. Please don't beat yourself up about it if you're like me and you couldn't continue with it. It's not for everyone. Tip number 7, white noise helps your baby to get to sleep so much. If you go on YouTube, there is hours worth of white noise. Hoovering was a really good one, or you've got like sounds of waves, things like that, that do really help. Tip number 8, get a next to me crib if possible. So we started off just having a Moses basket, thinking it'll be fine. I didn't think a next to me crib would fit next to my bed because of where my door is, and basically those first couple of days couldn't do anything to settle her. We then got a next to me crib and it was an absolute godsend. They're so much easier, and I think because your baby knows that you're right there, it just settles them, and it's easy if you to get them out for a feed, just grab them out and it's nice and easy. If you get them settled again, just put them back. Best advice ever is get a next to me crib. So tip number 9. So everybody will say to you things like, oh, you'll never have a tidy house again after having a baby. And it is hard, so hard to keep on top of it all. But please remember, your housework is always going to be there. Your baby isn't going to be this tiny little baby forever. But just go easy on yourself. You'll get your housework done as and when you need to. Just focus on that little baby instead of worrying. People will understand if you've got visitors coming round. It's a lot of work looking after your baby. It's 24-hour care pretty much. So yeah. Tip number 10. So I wish I'd have taken a suitcase to the hospital with me as my hospital bag. Instead, I used a bag for my little girl's stuff. I used a big bag for myself. I then asked my husband to bring so many other bits, and if I just had a suitcase, it would have been so much easier. I remember thinking to myself, oh God, they're going to think she's a right one coming in here with a suitcase. But I've seen loads of people do it. You know, your nurses and doctors and things aren't going to be bothered that you've brought a suitcase. So just take what you need. Fill your suitcase up. So I hope that these tips will help you. Please just enjoy your baby. They're not going to be babies forever. Enjoy every moment with them, because the saying is true. Time really does just go that fast. If you need me to cover anything else, please just pop it in the comments below. Any other advice you want to give to fellow mummies, feel free to give that advice below as well. Thank you so much, everyone.